Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everybody out there. Jason here at Signature Esports, and a pleasure to just have you live and in charge. A little countdown of green action here, presented by Lunatic Designs. You go to Lunatic on board with Signature Esports each and every week and each and every broadcast to give you the best in racing and sim performance and sim racing apparel. If you need something designed, reach out to Kigo the Lunatic. Good to see you all out there. We're back once again for the WBD Diecast SIM500 Truck Series here live on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. We've gotten the computer switched over. Things are kind of dialed in a little bit. Like, everything's working, and it's awesome. It's awesome to see. CPU usage is kind of great, and I'm happy about it. So our headaches last night turned into something better today. So if you like what you see, make sure you reach up at that like button for me, because along with what we do. Just like the SIM500 Racing League, they just like the stream. Kevin Stone shared it. He liked it as well. Rich Swavely, who's going to be on a driver cam tonight, he is out there. He did himself some justice. He did the same thing, shared it as well. Mr. Van Ness giving us a like. Veronica Castiel, thank you very much for giving us a follow. Sim Racer, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Big Rick out there giving us some good love out there as well on the YouTube. Thank you to everybody. We're over 2,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I want to thank you all for getting us to that point. And thank you very much for being out there and knocking it out of the park. How about we talk about what's going on this season? WBD Diecast, you can find a link in the description, and actually out there on Facebook and Twitch, I'm going to post the link real quick. We will have a beautiful key for it here coming up very soon. I just wanted to be sure that I, did what was right and made sure that I got that, because I didn't have the link in the race description like I wanted to. But go check out his Facebook page. I would encourage you to do so. And, we'll post it everywhere on all of that. So everybody's going to get that link as well. Go check him out. He is the title sponsor for tonight's series here in the SIM500 Racing Leagues. You also can check out sim500.com. Give him some love, give him some support. Do all the things that, takes the cake, and have some fun with it. You know what I mean? Tonight, drivers getting ready to lock in. We'll have to take a look and give you the best of the best. Here it is, the newest season. It is the 1900th points-paying race for SIM500. It's something that I saw in their Discord, and I wanted to make sure to update that. I copied something over, and I wanted to do it. The 1900th points-paying race, and we want to thank them all very much. Thank you to everybody for being out there. Let's get rid of a few lines of dialogue that we don't need. Week 1 here tonight, Daytona International Speedway. You're going to run the nighttime configuration here for the SIM500 series. We absolutely love it. Absolutely what they've got going on. 65 laps tonight, 3 sets of tires total, 100% fuel, no fast repair. It's one of the things about this league that it doesn't matter whether or not you get into the series or not. You're going to find it. You're going to find everything that you have noticing. So it's interesting. So you get a one shot. You get to race clean, and you got to find it yourself in the right spot at the right time. 69 degrees on the air temperature, 76% humidity, cloudy sky, 7-mile-an-hour wind on the 2.48 mile length or 2.5 mile length racing surface. It's going to be a fun time. Entertainment value is going to be through the roof because it's Daytona. That's what we see. Daytona, absolutely a ton of fun. So thank you to everybody for being out there and knocking it out of the park. We appreciate you as always, and continue to support what we do here by continuing to follow us and continuing to find, the next best thing, which is everything that we see. Everything that we see. Warm-ups are going to finish up here in just a moment. I wanted to take a look at the logos. I got to make sure that logos are set up accordingly like they're supposed to, because we had a logo not loading in for the SIM500 series. I want to make sure that we're good to go there. So yeah. So I think there it is. Yeah, logos are loading in fine now. So yeah, hopefully the stream looks good. Hopefully it's going to be great for you. Thank you to Budgie being out there. She's our moderator out there on Twitch. She also controls the hotkeys for me and lets me know when things are going right and wrong, which I love and appreciate. It's going to be an entertaining race. So Super Speedway, means super action, super everything. And we're ready to go. I think it's what it's going to be. Week 1, it's going to be a good schedule. It's a good season. And SIM500 putting it on here at Wednesday night. Tyler Dalton's going to be your pole sitter here tonight as they get week 1 underway. The 19th is going to have Chad Coleman to his outside of the front row. Tommy Ryan, Mark Jorgensen Jr. going to make up row number 2. Row 3 is Jeff Ryan, JP Phillips. Row 3, Jeff Ryan and JP Phillips. Tommy Ryan, Mark Jorgensen Jr. in row number 2. Nelson Rivera, Stephen Miles in row number 4. Kevin Brown, Mike Montezi going to be out there row number 5. Brent Scott, Joe Hudson, row number 6. Row 7 is going to be Joey Jattina. Is going to be out there with James J. Durer in that 77. Row 8 is going to be Bobby Wessel and Glenn Campbell. Robert Friary the third is going to have E.J. O'Rourke out there, row number 9. Connor Hall back out there again. Good to see Connor out there running with these drivers. Brian Pinnow is going to be out there to his outside as Connor Hall, of course, out there running for the famed Junior Motorsports. We love to see it. Robert Barber is going to be out there with Alex Bryson in row 11. Row 12, Brian Macklin, Rich Swavely. Row 13 is going to be Stephen Harlow and Charles Woods. Row 14, Wesley Donaldson, Chris Walker. Jeff Hollingsworth is going to be out there with Justin Fuller in row 15. Ray Rogers, Bentley Glazer is going to be out there in row 16. Row 17, Eric Arnold and Patrick Colby. And we'll see Barry Stevens, Kevin Stone in row 18. Row 19, Ron Holyfield, Doug Sigmund, Brian Workman, Mark Schrader. And then Gerald, the man, the Canadian, the Livingston. He's going to be out there in that 41 spot, 41 drivers tonight as these drivers look ahead. What a great time to be running a little extra iRacing. iRacing is your platform for sim racing. And according to everybody, the best part about iRacing is being able to find your groove and find your race line. If you want to find your race line, I encourage you to check out any one of these leagues, including Chop Shop Racing Series, which is our driver cam sponsor each and every week. Absolutely a blast being able to keep up with what they've got going on, and we absolutely appreciate them for doing just that. There's Mr. Harlow. He is ready to rock and roll. How about Rich Swavely? He's on board, ready to knock down some doors. And then Mr. Chris Walker, our final driver cam here tonight. Was our driver cam. I think he might have dropped out. We'll have to check on that in just a moment. We'll get him all, it bounced out for him. We'll get him all squared away real quick before we go green flag racing. Sometimes driver cams, they do have issues. But hey, we're good to go. So back to it. Let's do the thing, folks. Drivers are ready. I'm ready. You're ready. Let's get this season underway. Drivers are up in. Pace truck is in pit road. We are gone. We are green flag racing here at Daytona. Drivers pretty calm and content so far. 2x2 through 8. Nobody's lost a spot. There's Stephen Miles of the 24. Rolling hard and heavy. Man, oh man, so far so good as the drivers go to work. A blast for the past when it comes to these trucks. Oh, stuck 3 wide. About to have it happen. Daytona getting shake and bake. Chad Coleman to the front. Tyler Dalton stuck in the sucker hole right now. As Mark Jorgensen Jr. looks to the outside. Do the 19 of Tyler Dalton pull the 24 down. There we go. Shuffling now as we'll see 3 wide racing here. 3 of 65. Jorgensen Jr. losing some ground. So is that outside lane. It's not really being prevalent as it would be. So that second group right there, that second lane, had a good look at it. But the next thing you know, they're losing that forward momentum, and that's what we're seeing right now. On board, Kevin Brown in the 93 to the back bumper of Chad Coleman. Coleman gives a good bump to Tommy Reiner, the 99. Fastest lap of the race, Wesley Donaldson, your WBD Diecast title sponsor, sitting right behind Joey Jettina. He's got Stephen Harlow right in the mix here, giving everybody honest. .465 complete, 3 wide racing just ahead. Drivers backing out here. It's like that's the 49. He's going to be watching the entry into the corner. Joe Hudson backing out of the corner. Just ahead. Rich Swavely, Rickman Racing. The high line to the low line. Good look behind. Still some drivers still traveling here. Robert Barber coming to pit lane. Looks like he got sent down to pit lane there for a moment. Able to hold on to it. A lot of cycling happening all over the racetrack. Every one of them getting some justice done. How about we take a look at it? There he is. That is Chris Leroy Walker, little 46 truck. Speaking 28th right now, right where he started. Taking his time, running VR. We like our VR drivers. I was one of them at one time. Maybe one day we'll see it again. WBD Diecast SIM500, a partnership for the ages. 18 spots gain for Justin Fuller as he rolls down into the corner. He is looking to make some things happen up to 10. 20 spots gain. Fuller up on the outside lane. As the 5-1 and the 30 going places 77. Needs to make a decision. Got a cheer for your guy, Stephen Lane, Dewar, Hollingsworth, Woods, Glazer, and Walker. Leroy. Getting some shout-outs out there. Appreciate it, Stephen. Appreciate you very much. Appreciate everybody being out there doing the deed. Thank you. Oh, no. There they go. Happens early. Muscarella Motorsports' first caution of the race. And that happened right there with the 5-1. As the caution does come out. Drivers having a duck, dodge, dive, dodgeball. Here's what happened. Ooh, baby. That happened right in the middle of all that. Take a look. 77 might have come up in the corner a little bit. There's Justin Fuller and then Brian Macklin at the 30. Yeah, just comes up to settle in the corner, gets up into Justin Fuller, left row hooks him, and then takes out Kevin Brown and the 5-1 all at the same time. Macklin getting some nose damage. 88 getting nothing more than a little passerby. 30 able to miss it. Chad Coleman right there in that 14th spot. Hard on the brakes. Debris flying everywhere there in the back. And then 49 of Joe Hudson gets taken out right back there. We need to see what happened with the 49. That's Joe Hudson right there. Interesting take of kind of what happened. Oh, he was slowing down, and oh no, Mr. Walker gets into the back of him. And then all of a sudden, he's having an issue. And I think he reset from there. So, sheesh. Well, they all come to pit road. Mike Montesi's going to be out there one more time. First caution of the race happening on lap 6. A lot of drivers having a duck, dodge, dive, dodgeball. We'll see who gets the truck fixed, who does not. Barry Stevens, I think back here, Taylor, to this one is going to be looking straight ahead. Mike Montesi, your race leader. Everybody coming to pit road. Drivers leaving pit road. Steven, you broadcast for Max B TV, and you've raced with these guys as well. Awesome, brother. Welcome aboard. Welcome on Max Speed TV. Catch a race at time or 10. We try to watch races with a lot of the folks. We try to do it. Oh, baby, about 50 miles south of Orlando. That's Daytona International Speedway. It's been open since 1959, folks. And it's been the home of the Daytona 500 since basically the word go. This venue also holds the 24 Hours of Daytona, one of 3 races that make up the Triple Crown Endurance Racing Series. In addition to NASCAR and IMSA, the track also hosts races for ARCA, AMA Sport Bike, and Superbike, ACCA, the SCCA, the AMA Supercross Series, and this track has many configurations, not just the, of course, 2.5 mile length oval that you see. They broke ground on this November 25th, 1957. That was a long dang old time ago, and if you haven't checked them out, go to see a Daytona 500 race, you pretty much have to buy your tickets a year in advance from what I understand. So check them out. Hey, you got to share the love sometimes, man. Keep racing alive, especially iRacing. RB, thank you for the like, sir. I appreciate you. Especially iRacing, because time and time again, we see iRacing giving fits to some of the drivers, and we want to make sure that iRacing continues to stay the platform for sim racing. Especially when it comes to what we see out of all of this. I mean, NASCAR 25 is getting ready to be released by iRacing. Doy, thank you for the like, sir. Mr. Woods, how you doing, sir? And I know that there's going to be league racing on NASCAR 25, so I know that iRacing, has a good NASCAR fan base. The issue that I see is that if league racing and overlays and things like that become better for the NASCAR 25, especially the visuals of NASCAR 25. I know it's going to be on console at first, but when it makes its way to PC, that's the curious nature that I have, because our driver is going to make the change and make the switch over to the NASCAR 25 if it's a better experience for league racing. I hope not, because I believe, and I'm a firm believer in this, and this is the reason why I've loved iRacing for as long as I have. iRacing has a component of realism that you just can't get anywhere else, and I know NASCAR 25 is going to have a good experience as far as an arcade version of NASCAR. I think that this is going to be hands above. Better, especially with the field, the dynamic, the tire wear, just everything that's going on. I think this is going to be the experience to keep NASCAR alive as well on the motorsports side of things, and it's going to be awesome to see. All right, we're going to be doing the thing. Going back green flag racing. Let's get heavy, Rick Man, from 13 minutes ago. Sorry, brother. That's Rich Slavely. Let's do it. We're green. Full send, all bound. Drivers popping into the back. Let's go for the Legend Bird. The rolling budgie. 9 slides up onto the 22. E.J. O'Rourke back in the 5 spot. You load in 63 vehicles and they still do the pop-in thing. I don't know what's going on with that. But hey, what can I say? At least we're keeping track of the drivers. Jorgensen Jr. behind the 24. Stephen Miles up on the outside. Miles and Wetzel. Bobby Wetzel. Hold on to your butts, because he's all there. Yeah. Tell you what, it gets crazy. Watching broadcasts like yours, like mine and yours, as we were saying. Some guys that stream iRacing is the reason you got into it. Well, I appreciate it, Stephen. And I tell you what, the reason why I continue to do this is because there are fewer people out there doing it, and for the right reason. You know, somebody told me a long time ago, you must make a lot of money doing this. Okay. No, it's not about the money. It's about racing. It's about giving these drivers an experience, making them look like $1 million, and continuing to have the right momentum moving forward. That's the way I see it. 24 out front of them, the Ford Montezi. Doyle Woods to the back bumper of the 88-22. Nelson Rivera up into that Ford. First Ford in the field. Chad Coleman, the next Ford. Fastest lap of the race just ran by Stephen Harlow. Harlow driving the 6 machine. First Toyota in the field is going to be E.J. O'Rourke in that 41. Don't count him out in any race. He has been phenomenal throughout the races that I've caught, and I like to see it. Brian Pinal work it. Jeff Hollingsworth there to his inside. Tyler Dalton trying to make some things happen. Chevrolet's making up the majority of the top 15. Alex Bryson, the next Chevrolet in 16th. Bryson at the 83 on the bottom side. Right behind, Glenn Campbell, Trans Service, Logistics, Fleet Leasing, and Maintenance. Pull, send, and do it. Give them a showcase. I like it. I like that term. 13 laps complete. This next time by, we're rolling. Joey Jettina moving through and having a blast. 3 wide ahead of them. This is where it gets dangerous. What do you do? What do you see? How can you do it? How can you see it? Jorgensen Jr., your race leader. Driver with the most energy in all of the iRacing is this guy right here, Mark Jorgensen Jr. That inside lane just got swallowed up. 41. Oh, baby. Slipped in front of the 99, or got pushed up in front of the 99. A good checkup by the field. Jorgensen back out front, slides up, tries to pull the middle lane. Jorgensen Jr., middle portion of the race line. EJ O'Rourke up on the outside lane. 24, nowhere to go on the bottom. Second lane seems to be fast. 41 drops all the way down. He's going to take that inside lane. Nelson Rivera down on the bottom. Tommy Ryan has a big help right there in the middle. How about Wesley Donaldson? 23 spots gain. Our Charger tonight so far, 5. Right behind him, Robert Barber. Barber in the SIM500 Chevrolet, trying to help Donaldson move forward. 3 by 3 all the way back, 4 rows. Mike Montezi, bottom side of 3 of them. 2 by 2 back. I tell you what, the group starting to separate here. Without a doubt, 17th spot here. Glenn Campbell just trying to find a way to hold on to it. Stephen Harlow in that 6 machine still within the draft. Joey Jettina working the outside line. I think they're trying to give him room. That's what I see. Jeff Hollingsworth to the 97. Bottom side of the race line series. Connor Hall dropping down to the bottom. Connor Hall again driving. Has the 88 on board. He had 2 88s. Technically is the 40. And that would be how it works. But E.J. O'Rourke still keeping it 3 by 3. I tell you what, this is a wind tunnel. Let's find somebody right in the middle of all this, like Bobby Watson. Look how crazy it is. Watch this. Sheesh. That's a hold on to your butt moment. Chaos. They're doing it lap after lap after lap, single file. E.J. O'Rourke to Stephen Miles. And right now, that inside lane has become prevalent. Not anymore. Stephen Miles there to cycle. Pulls up in front of the 88. 3 wide usually is, but these guys doing some great hold. Oh, I tell you what, for the fact of the matter is that some of the best racing we get to see Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday nights all belong to a couple of the main series that we call, and I love every bit of them. Long string of drivers. Let's go. NASCAR wall cam. Let's do it. iRacing gives you some of the best sounds, and we appreciate it. Right to it. Here we go. Those Gen 4 cars are absolutely a blast to run. So, getting to call one. I'm glad you picked up Thursdays. We are booked every day ourselves, so I'm glad to have SIM500 on Wednesdays. Rundown of our schedule. August 1st starts Signature Esports Gen 6 Series. That'll be our own series on Monday nights. That will be, again, August 4. Tuesday nights, Chop Shop Racing Truck Series. Wednesday nights right here with the SIM500 WBD Diecast Truck Series here. And let's see, Thursday nights, we've got the dang old Chop Shop Racing Dirt Series. They're getting ready to crown a champion over there in the next 2 weeks to get a tune-up for that if you like dirt. Then we've got on Friday nights, this week, starting at Homestead Miami Speedway, Chop Shop comes back for season 6 with us and their Chop Shop Racing Cup Series. Saturday night, the Rise to the Rinks Xfinity Series presented by Chop Shop Racing and the Chop It Up podcast. Then, of course, on Sundays, we have the Sunday Fun Day Series in the morning. We have the Thompson Racing Dirt Series during the day. And then the AMP Racing Series Sunday night. Sunday is a busy day for us. It's supposed to be the Lord's Day, but I tell you what, the Lord loves racing as much as I do. He'll do exactly what I do. Call more racing than you could ever ask for. Jorgensen Jr., Stephen Miles, everybody holding on for real life. I love it. I love what we do, and I love racing. 25 bottom side. That is Ron Holyfield. He's going to try to assume the race line with everybody, but he does the right thing, gives up the race line. Let's see if he can get up to speed as he exits. He's going to be able to. So he's going to be able to at least catch part of the draft here. We see half the field doing their thing. The drivers popped out there. And racing doing something weird when it comes to the servers. As I promised you, everything's set up. The big time sim racing Doy Woods. Love it, brother. Appreciate you. Budgie out there on the dang old Twitch. Thank you, dude. I appreciate you very much. Racing 7 days a week, man. That's the right way to do it. Plus, we've got NASCAR to watch. We've got all the dang old action everywhere. Ray Rogers up 13. 21 spots gained for Doug Sigmund in the N4. Oh, he might. Oh, if it's not left side damage, it's the paint scheme. I think it was the paint scheme. I'm pretty sure it was the paint scheme. Upended as they go. It's a good look for all of these wonderful trucks that you see. I'm pretty sure. Let's go back to Ron here just a little bit. He pops back in. Yeah, I think it's his paint scheme. Pretty sure it's his paint scheme. Let's get a little close. Yeah, it's the paint scheme. He's good, though. He's good. Little wall tap right there. That was Wesley Donaldson, the right rear up in the wall. Looking good. Might have been a little net code wall tap, but hey, when you're running up next to the wall 3x3x3, you got to do what you can. Hey, he's got a big shot to the back bumper of the 99. Northern Tools and equipment on board. One of the best snowblowers you're going to see. And they are commercial snowblowers, Northern Tool equipment. You got it. You definitely got to check them out. A lot of these drivers we saw in the WBD Diecast Xfinity Series, they're getting a showcase them once again here tonight. And much love to everybody out there. Chris Walker, he hit his driver can and dropped out. Mr. Walker is actually out of the race. I think that's what happened there. So we hate that happened lap 19. Let's check in on some drivers. Stephen Harlow. He is rolling right behind the major part of this group. He's trying to take it easy. 24 of 65. But I would just be nice, cool, calm, and collected. Just take it easy. Relax. And just kind of ride. But just ahead of him, Rich Slavely. Hashtag time in, right? That's what I say. Ron wasn't able to keep up. A real big checkup. Ron wasn't able to keep up with that draft, so he's 2 laps down now. We'll have to see how that's going to fare out for him. If there's a caution, he's going to get one of those laps back to be able to make it happen. Drivers putting on a show. We thank you to the drivers who put on their driver cams. We absolutely love it. We appreciate it. Thank you very much to each and every one of them. Massive run of the field. 35 drivers on the lead lap. Brian Workman, the last of those drivers, who is in the tail end of this racetrack. Stephen Miles working hard for his money as well. I tell you what, they've been 3 wide for a hot minute. Nobody's how many of these drivers are blinking? The hardest look that you have to give when it comes to racing is seeing that these drivers have to delve into not blinking. Heart rate monitors need to be on. We got drivers that are out there that run heart rate monitors, and that is it's an interesting factor to be able to see what these drivers go through, similar to what you see your NASCAR drivers going through. 88-22, middle lane working. Wesley Donaldson trying to get up to the 99. He's stuck in a rock and a hard spot here, meeting the wall and the driver below him. If the 91 can push the 99 clear, Tommy Ryan leads that lap. And the 3 of Jeff Ryan can go with him. He was right behind the 91. I tell you what, Nelson Rivera doing a phenomenal job of keeping that forward right there in that middle section. Watch this run down to the back straight up on the high side. 22 gets right there, keeps it close, but the run on the inside, it creates that big wind tunnel effect that you're used to seeing. 99 up on the outside lane, 88 keeping them close, 24 able to drive the bottom of the racetrack. No real bumping here. There's really no bumping out of any of these race trucks. They're holding on to it. DJ O'Rourke steps out to breathe the nose of the truck. You gotta be careful the tri oval here at Daytona. Daytona has a tendency to let a truck get loose, especially in the tri oval area. Similar to what you see at Talladega, there's a bump in the middle of the tri oval that'll upset the truck on older tires. But right now, the 88 of Mark Jorgensen Jr. keeping it level. Look at that outside, 99-41. I'm sorry, 99-91. That's a big run for the 99. Can he slide down? He does. He's going to go all the way to that middle lane or to the bottom lane, and a great bump from the 24. And that is how you cycle yourself to the lead. Tommy Ryan backed up to the 91, and now Tommy Ryan leads. And we'll try to get credit for a lap led. 22 up to the door of the 91. Tommy Ryan, credit lap led. You would run a heart rate monitor, but you might look at it and it might scare you too bad. Gotta do it. If you got so folks, if you have an Apple Watch or a smartwatch, there are apps out there that you can put either on your computer or you could set up to however you want to set it up, and it will give you your heart rate on stream. I used to do that when I used to play. What game was it? Phasmophobia. See what my heart rate would do when it comes to getting out there and being, getting those jump scares and stuff like that. It was a ton of fun. Don't disengage, folks. That's what I say. Don't disengage. Right now, that outside trying to develop a little bit of a run. Barber, 23-22 on the I rating. Oh, we haven't even looked at the strength of field yet. That's normally something I try to do because the strength of field still impresses me each and every week. But I don't think I have the button for it right now. We're gonna. Straight the field, 3K. This is like a top split race. Pretty awesome. Fastest lap of the race, 46.294. Each one of these drivers maximizing what they can. 99 back down to the 24. 88 rolling. Trying to read the line, but Jorgensen Jr. has a great run with the 22, but the 24 definitely maximizing the push. Trying to find a way. They are deadlocked right now. Leroy Walker back out there running. The entertainment values all over the place, folks. Tommy Ryan leading. We should see green flag pit stops coming up any moment. 88-22. The drivers came in on 77. Even if they topped up on fuel, as you see the 46. Leroy Walker on the bottom side of the racetrack. Coming out, it's going to reassume the race line, keeping himself low. 37th place for Chris Leroy Walker getting out there. I think he, I don't know if he had to keep himself, I don't know if he had something going on there, but, you know. He had a connection issue, maybe a headset had an issue. He's back out there though running. We like to see it. Full send and all the jazz. Let's do all the deed. Right now, drivers just kind of riding around. Tyler Knowlton in the 19, right behind the 33 of Brent Scott. With Swaley, Stephen Harlow working together here on that front 18, just inside the top 20. Brian Pinal is going to be right in that 71. And he's at 20, is right where he started. Titleist on board, has the 20. That's his number today. But it is the 71 on the relative. Montazzi off 11. He was in 10th last we saw. Brian Macklin back in and out of pit road. It's sad for me, but Brian Macklin sits in 10th. But he's good. Everybody's good. Everybody's fine. It's been good racing. Oh, baby. 25 outside. Ron Holyfield went to the outside this time. He's trying not to lose the draft. And right now he's going to be able to slide down and keep up with the drivers. 3 laps down as it would be. Trying to make that 2 laps down. Point 2 19 ahead. Tommy Ryan, 2x2. Jorgensen Jr. Everybody hold on. Ray Rogers right back here in the 11 truck. He's up 16. Right now, hard charger. Doug Sigmund up 19. Mark Schrader back at 30th. He's up a dozen spots, or sorry, 10 spots at 48. Trying to maneuver back forward. 36, 31, 17. Kevin Stone in 32nd on the outside lane. There's a chance for drivers to change and save some fuel here as everybody holds on to their dang old tuchus. Maximum effort. Halfway through the race here, the next 2 laps while they skedaddle. We'll take our hydrate break for a moment. If you haven't done so, make sure you reach up, hit that like button for me. It supports what I do, supports what these drivers do, and we'll keep everybody opposed to what's going on. We'll keep it on the follow cam. We'll keep it on exciting. We'll let these drivers duke it out for a moment, and I'll be right back in just a moment. caution's going to come out here as I was watching that progress. 44 and the 4 stayed bottom lane here to soak up the field. And that caused a big conundrum. Doug Sigmund, Joey Jatina. There's Doug Sigmund. The 17 of Kevin Stone, the 04, Joey Jatina, able to minimize his damage there. He got dang near rear-ended. As drivers jumping a pit road, doing what they can. Man, oh man. That all started coming off pit road is Stephen Miles, and we'll go back to the caution here real quick. As caution halfway through the race, second caution of the race. We'll put these drivers working. Here's what happened right here. And this happened just behind. There's Nelson Rivera as we back up just a touch. This happened trying to assume the race line. Nelson Rivera, the 44 and the 4 on the bottom, didn't do anything wrong. They held the predictable line. Drivers had to go around him. 99 and the 24 get clear of the 44. Bobby Wetzel rocking a hard spot. 38 of Jack Coleman there. 22 down, pinches down on the 99. 99 was still there. That upsets the drivers behind him. Seeing a little bit of a wiggle. 34 JP Phillips had to check up. There's JP and Jeff Ryan right behind him. Is that checkup, and that checkup right there from JP got Jeff right into the back bumper and then into the 38, and then next thing you know, it is a dang near skedaddle as they go. But I tell you what, the wreck right there with the 04, that's what I wanted to check on, because there was something. There's Doug Sigmund right there, the 04. They were checking up for what was going on there. Doug Sigmund, as he checked up, 25 goes high, and the 04 was checking up the 20 right into the back bumper of him. And it was like a holy arc break, because the 31, same concept, 17. Kevin Stone gets leveled in there as well. Joey tried to get level on the brakes. And everybody trying to go down to avoid this. Most of this caution was all just trying to avoid what they thought was going to happen up front. And it's unfortunate. Grass clippings, debris, everything sliding around. And these drivers coming off pit road is going to see exactly that. 44 and the 4 are going to start at the tail of the field. They'll be able to stay on the lead lap and not have to worry about that. All right, they're going to do their thing. As they do their thing, I'm going to grab my drink and be right back. back under green flag conditions here. 22 laps to go. SIM500 giving the action. Sorry about the admin box. Something carried over when it's supposed to. They're going. Bobby Wetzel to the back bumper. Tommy Ryan, 22 laps to go here. Everybody's come in. They're going to fuel. They're good to go. Doug Sigmund into the field. And I'm going to be looking into why we're seeing only 30 drivers in the field. Anything 30th and back is disappearing, and I'm running two PCs right here. Brian Macklin up on the outside, maybe a setting or something. I don't know. I have it to draw 63 vehicles. And it's not doing its job like it's supposed to. We'll have to take a look. I'll have to look at it. Patrick Colby, 20 spots gain. As he will be. Chris, thank you for following. I appreciate you. Thank you, everybody out there, for doing what you do. Everybody holding on to their butts and doing everything they can to make this racing as good as it can be. Mark Jorgensen Jr. leads in the middle lane. Bobby Wetzel up on the outside. Everybody pulling. No punches. 5. Little wiggle into the middle of that race line. Bobby Wetzel up on the outside. There's the 2. Robert Friery, the 3rd. There to make something happen. Look at the run that 9 gets. He needs that 2 truck to be closer. 2 truck gets a bump to him there. Connects just a little bit. Trying to manage that truck and try to manage it going forward. Good racing so far. Side draft is prevalent. Wind tunnel factors are on. And Chad Coleman there on the inside lane, trying to keep that inside lane moving forward. 22 with Nelson Rivera there as well. 3 Fords inside the top 10. 1 Toyota, the rest Chevrolets. But don't stop the hunt now. They're all hunting for the front. 19 laps in. Let's go. Let's go. Maximum effort. The 2 gets right back to the back bumper. There's Robert Friery, the 3rd. Trying to manage that truck forward. Jorgensen Jr. doing a good job of keeping himself in the middle of this mix. And the 24 edges out on the bottom side. Coleman gets right back to the back bumper. 22 there to breathe. And I'll tell you what. Inside lane a little bit better this time. Bobby Wetzel up on the outside lane. Friery the 3rd trying to keep it going. Bobby Wetzel 3 wide coming around. E.J. O'Rourke with the fastest lap of the race back in 22nd, a 46.29. And this back straightaway is busy. Bobby Wetzel trying to keep it together up on the outside lane. 2 of Friery. Here to try. Oh, Jettina goes upside down, inside out. Joey Jettina went for a ride. Rich Swavely, Charles Woods. And hold on to it. We go back to Joey Jettina here. Something happened to put him upside down. Let me get on this and go far chase. Inside 34 netcode. Netcode did it. Glenn Campbell able to escape around. He ended up on his, Joey Jettina ended up on his hood there. Or ended up on his lid. We get back around this as drivers went to avoid all of that. Joey right here caught air. Jimmy Brooks giving us a follow. Thank you, sir. Net code. And then, I mean, I've never seen Joey's, we have a TikTok clip with Joey getting 17 feet of net code from across the county. And right here, a net code happening to him once again as Phillips, it's right there on the back left quarter panel and just catches air. No flaps came up at all. They don't even engage right there. Stanley, thank you for following. Well, the next thing you know, Walker gets around him. He does manage to get back on his tires, I do believe. Or at least it looked like it. I don't know. We'll have to see what happened there. As we get everything back in action here. Stephen Miles, your race leader. Jorgensen Jr. in second. Chad Coleman, Tommy Ryan. Absolutely. It was interesting. Well, these things, they do happen. Lucky Dog's going to be coming around. That should be Ron Holyfield. He'll get one of those laps back. Joey Jettina is going to be on pit road. His damage not that bad. Diana, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Ron Holyfield coming around. Be just fine. Stephen Miles, your race leader. Let's Grow Enterprises, third caution of the race. And all due to net code. Whoop, baby. Thank you to all you following out there. I appreciate you. Follow us. If you can follow us on Facebook, you can follow us on subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also follow us on TikTok and Twitch. Signature Esports, all over the place. At least we try to think that way. Oakley. We're going to do it again. You thought it was picking up. It's going to get better. It's going to happen. Our 15 laps to go as we speak. And everybody looking for that first win of the season. It's all going to happen here in the next few laps. It's going to be an absolute blast. How good could it be? Well, it could be this good. Drivers are ready to go. I'm ready to go. The pace truck's going to make the sharp left-hand turn onto pit road. The biggest pythons in all of iRacing, ready to rock and roll as well. He leads it to him. They lead him to him. Barney says, let's go. We're green. Steve Miles on the outside gets the better restart there and going. Drops in on the 88. 88 back to the outside. Tommy Ryan able to hold on. Chad Coleman digs into the bottom side. There is Bobby Wetzel there as well. 14 laps to go, 2 by 2 down on the back straightaway. Who's going to cycle it out to 3 wide? Well, I think somebody's going to jump out there. Somebody looked at whether that somebody was Tyler Dalton for a moment. The 6 of Stephen Harlow there as well. Oh, the 4 goes around up into the 41 of E.J. O'Rourke. Stephen Harlow will back it down. We'll take a look and see what happened there. That happened with Mike Montesi. 97 there on the inside. Got to him. Right there in the middle of the lane. Looked like the 4 might have come down a little bit. Middle part of the lane. Oh, netcode. Netcode again. And I'll show you the netcode here, folks. You're going to look. We're going to go back to the main screen here on iRacing, and I'll show you the netcode. Bear with me. You're going to be looking right here on that corner right there. Let me hit the clear button here. You're going to do that. Watch that left corner. We're going to go quarter speed one more time. 97 does come up a little bit here. But you're going to watch the wiggle out of the 4. 4's going to wiggle just a touch. Right there. Big wiggle right there. Netcode and then back into it again. Netcode again. And then the 4 goes around. So netcode doth taketh outeth the driver up to the 41. The truck just goes around. So, man. Stephen Miles, a big holy cow. I tell you what, netcode is netcode's it's a dangerous place to be. A dangerous place to be. Thanking everybody out there watching. If you haven't done so, again, I interest you in making sure that you keep doing it. If you haven't hit that like button for me, it goes a long way to support what we do. Continue to keep ourselves entertained here tonight. And thank you very much to everybody who has done so. Our third driver can back up one more time. Chris is out there kicking butt and taking names. Appreciate Chris running his driver camp. Keep our eye on the prize. That's Chris Leroy Walker driving a number 46 machine. His camera was gone for a moment there. Rich Swavely, the old 32 racing machine. He's looking pretty good in the Heavy's 32. Chance to go places, what I say. Chance to go places. Every one of them keeping cool, keeping calm. Looking pretty darn fantastic in our driver cam spotlight. We love seeing it. Thank you to Chop Shop for being our sponsor of that. Thank you again to Lunatic Designs, Muscarella Enterprises. And of course, thank you to SIM500 for bringing us on board. WBD Diecast Customs. You want a custom diecast made of your iRacing vehicle? Well, make sure you get a hold of WBD Diecast right there on the Facebook platform. And he will give you his timeline, his prices, and everything that's going on right there. We appreciate Wesley Donaldson, who is the WBD Diecast phenomenon. There goes a thing or two, about a thing or 10. He'd be the man to get a hold of when it comes to making sure your paint scheme gets transferred on to one of those beautiful diecasts. Stephen Miles and Mark Jorgensen Jr. ready to go back at it here. Talk about Mark Jorgensen Jr. having some of the best energy in all of iRacing is because he is a man that has a ton of passion. 4 cautions so far. We're going to be 10 laps to go when we go back to green flag racing. Here's lap 54 being completed. I do believe 55 will be the next one. Going to lap 65. As Stephen Miles under the Wendell Scott paint scheme. Love it. Wendell Scott I think it's the Wendell Scott Foundation, actually. Let me get closer. Let's get a little closer. Come a little closer, baby. 38 for the win for Doy. I like it. Chad Coleman getting the big old, hey, there's a chance. And you know what? He's in a good spot to do it. Second row outside. You've got an avenue if it's not blocked. The third lane is a great lane. It's a great lane if you're going to run at a turn forward and you have clear skies ahead of you. But 4 cautions here in the early going. Week 1 for the SIM500 series. And they'll be ready to go. 24-88-99, green flag racing. Next race for this season is going to be at Atlanta Motor Speedway. They're going to run the Legacy Oval. They're not running the Super Speedway. Then it'll be at Las Vegas Auto Club, Richmond, Dover, Bristol, Talladega, Kansas, and Lime Rock Park. That'll be your first 10 weeks in this 23-week schedule. Next week, going to Old Atlanta. Atlanta coming up. 2 to the outside. Robert Fryery III working. Dan taking the follow. 38 to the back over the mediator. Trying to push it out front. Trying to get him a little bit more. 10 laps to go to be 9 at the line. 38-88. Bumper to bumper action here. Closing laps of Daytona week 1 here for the WBD Diecast SIM500 series. Live for iRacing. 2. Sees Patrick Colby slide up the race line just a little bit, corner exit. Robert Fryery III trying to get a little, goes around. And they'll separate. Caution will come out. 41-17. Drivers blowing up back here. I know they're kind of popping into the screen there, folks, just a little bit. But it was almost inevitable just seeing how this was. Go down the back straightaway. 2. 44 to the 2. Oh, man, little wiggle right there. Saw the right front of the 44 connect to the left rear. If we go to the chase view, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. Man, oh man, far chase. Let's go right here. 44 to the 2. Fryery the 3rd. 20 to the 6. And just a little up. Gets it to the 2. Boom. And the 2, try to hold on to it right there. Gets popped off the race line. 33's there. Oh, 33 the big run. Everybody dove low to avoid the 33, and Brent Scott kept going. Net code for the 3 of Jeff Ryan right there on the 2. Ouch. Jorgensen Jr., your race leader. Leans on the front. Stephen Miles. Chad Coleman, Tommy Ryan, your top 4. So we see our 5th caution of the race. All the things. All the things. Some pretty stellar racing all race long. We appreciate everybody being out there, tuned in for week 1 here. More racing tomorrow night for the Little Dirt Series. Actually, we have 2 races left at the Chop Chop Racing Dirt Series. Tuned in for that as they take the Dirt Midgets off for the final time, and then first the series up at in the super lates. They alternate weeks. Each week could come down right to it. 38.99. We're going to restart inside row. We're going to restart in row 2. But I tell you what, it's been insane. Colby, thank you for liking, sir. I appreciate you. Appreciate everybody out there. Marathon stream will resume tomorrow as well. Tomorrow morning, we will get that back rolling. The marathon stream to help benefit big ol' F-U to cancer, which I'm currently going through right now. And that's our marathon stream. But I had to do some computer stuff with the computers today. And I think the stream looks good. You tell me what it looks like to you folks out there. Does it look good? Does it look good? I'm asking for a friend. Thank you, Budgie. If you want to join our Discord, there's your shot. We appreciate that very much. Mr. Van Ness says it looks great there in Ohio. Thank you, sir. Much love to you, my friend. How's the missus? How are you and the missus doing? How's that new motorcycle? Good for Budgie. Thank you, dear. I'm looking at I'm seriously looking at a rendering issue. You know, when you have a 40 series and a 50 series GPU on each side of you, you go, I should be rendering all the cars. Why aren't I rendering all the cars? So we'll have to see what's going on there. I don't know if it's a cache issue or what, but we'll figure it out. I promise, folks, we'll figure it out. At least the blinking isn't there. It's just drivers dropping out. And I have render all cars, draw all cars. I have the negative LOD bias out, and I have the number of cars to be drawn 63, which is the max that you can draw in an iRacing session anyway. So I don't know. I don't know what to think anymore. Didn't have these issues 6 months ago. But I have the issues now, so I don't know. We'll see. Maybe. Just maybe. Just got to figure things out. All right, we're going to do the thing. 25 should have been your lucky dog there. Rich Swain into 32. Is going to be out of the race, it looks like, according to what I'm seeing here, but that could be wrong as well. 25 a run. Holyfield is back on the lead lap. So all good things. Let's do the thing. We're going. We're green. Jorgensen Jr., Tommy Ryan, 38-24 back on the inside. 5 laps to go. AJ O'Rourke trying to give a little extra back there, trying to shove. And 17 of Kevin Stone right to his back bumper. Just ahead of him, Mark Schrader, the 48, pushing forward. Doug Sigmund in the 04 up 10. But now in 26, trying to get himself a solid night. 71 working as the 20 on the ski. 34 rocking to the outside. About Joey Jettina. Joey Jettina deserves the best move in the race because he was on his lid and right now running 15th. Drops down 44 there. 3 of Jeff Ryan there as well. Giving Joey the hat off tonight. He needs the week off. 5 to the outside. Barber slides up. Pulls the 6 and Hunter Hall in the 40. Flash 88 behind. Stephen Miles in the 7. Jorgensen Jr. middle lane. 4 laps to go. Drivers try to set themselves up gridlocked as they go. Stephen Miles has a big shove from the 38 right behind. The 9 of Bobby Wetzel keeping them close. 88, 99, 2, 5 going backwards. Connor Hall trying to get right back into it. Oh, Connor Hall into the wall. Goes down into the bottom side. No caution. Comes back up the racetrack. Needs a black flag cleared. What a save. Ryan Workman, fastest lap of the race for the 74. 46.19. 3 laps to go. Cars Tour for Junior Motorsports Racing driver of Connor Hall. In the dust right now, back in 28th. 88, 24, 38, 99, the 9, the 22. 31 and a 30 on the outside, Eric Arnold. 28 spots gained, trying to get a hard charge to the end. Everybody shake the champagne bottle. We're tied at the line. Miles, Jorgensen, Arnold, zeros across the board. Good to go. Door to door, 30, 31. And they make it around to the white flag. The big run happening there in the middle of the race line. 24, drag race down on the back straightaway onto the bottom side into turn 3. 9 breaks off onto the bumper right there. Give a shove to the 38. Now has to set back up. 88 side draft for the 24. 99 in the corner. 30, 31 up on the outside lane. Corner exit. They come around. A drag race again. 24 leads on the bottom side. White flag waves. Final lap here at Daytona week 1. Drivers pushing everything they have all on the line for a finish in the week 1 win. Door to door, bumper to bumper. Can they finish this under green? 38, big shove to the 24. Back straightaway. Everybody holding on to everything they have. A nail biter getting into turn 3. Every position matters. Every point will matter. You will see it come down to the wire just like it is. 3 by 3. 99 of Tommy Ryan trying to get clear. Can he get clear and slide up? Jorgensen Jr., Stephen Miles at the line. Drivers work it. Miles, Jorgensen, Miles wins it by 3/1,000th of a second, 3/100th of a second. Stephen Miles, Jorgensen Jr., 3 wide finish. Chad Coleman finishes 3rd. The race came down to it. And Stephen Miles will celebrate. Door to door, Chad Coleman committed. He made it happen. Wednesday nights just got hotter. And the cool skies of Daytona. Stephen Miles, week 1 winner. And he will get airborne across the grass and burn it down. Stephen Miles, week 1 winner. And a nail-biting race to the very end. Wendell Scott Foundation on board the 24. And the race comes to a close here in week 1. Stephen Miles, the 24 WBD Diecast Truck Series from Houghton, Louisiana. It's going to be your week 1 winner here tonight. Stephen Miles, Mark Jorgensen Jr., Chad Coleman. And your top 3 here tonight. Tommy Ryan, Bobby Wetzel, your top 5. Nelson Rivera, Eric Arnold, Tyler Dalton, Stephen Harlow, Brian Macklin, your top 10. Patrick Colby will finish at 11th. Bryson Phillips, Ryan, Joey Jettina, and 15th. I tell you what, Joey Jettina was on his side, up in the air, almost flipped over, and he finishes 15th. He deserves a a hat off to that man. He might be off 2 spots from the start of the race, but he could have been so much worse. And what a save, what a race, what a finish, what a way to never quit there for the number 14 truck. He comes home 15th. Hollingsworth, Barber, Campbell, Glazer, Pinal are going to be your top 20. Down the rest of your race results here tonight. Wesley Donaldson, Charles Wood, Doug Sigmund, Gerald Livingston, Ron Holyfield, your top 25. Brian Workman, Barry Stevens, Mark Schrader, Mike Montezi, and Brent Scott, your top 30. 31st goes to Kevin Stone, E.J. O'Rourke, Connor Hall, Rich Swaley, Robert Fryery, the third, your top 35. Ray Rogers, Chris Walker out there, able to finish only 19 laps down. Got the truck worked on, got back out there, and made it happen. James Dewar, Kevin Brown, Joe Hudson, your top 40. And then Justin Fuller in that first early going. Things like that, they do happen. And I tell you what a race tonight here for the SIM500 series. And Stephen Miles comes home in victory lane. I want to make sure I pull you up because dang. What a race there. 3 wide racing for some of the best 5 laps that I've seen. You guys could have just packed it all into 5 laps, and that's exactly what we saw tonight. What a race. Congratulations, week 1 winner here for the WBD Diecast Truck Series with SIM500.
Yeah, it was action-packed the whole race, man. I don't think I got outside the top 5 the whole time, but while I was there, man, it was 3 wide. Everybody's overheating, trying to save the motor not blow up, and it was a lot of strategy inside of it. I just wish we would have got that green flag pit stop in and separated the field, or whoever was going to get, have penalties or whatever. But I mean, I guess it kept everybody close to keep the good race going.
This is we had the Xfinity series just recently, and you guys end with a bang. You guys come back and you start with a bang. I mean, how about Wednesday nights? This is becoming fast and famous when it comes to especially super speedways. This series just seems to just put on a show.
Yeah, Joey, man, these leagues Joey put on, man. They're one of the ones that you could learn from. You could get in and get valuable laps and good quality competition. Not many cautions. So yeah, I mean that's the only reason why I joined this league, man. The prestige of it. Wednesday ended on a sour note. Good top 5 in the standings, but trucks, time to reset and try to get this championship and start off right. And we was able to do that tonight.
Well, I tell you what, when I look at the restart there, as we follow back along here for just a moment, the restart, it's about timing, right? And then you go back to 3 wide. You had some big help behind you. Chad was up your butt more so than a school teacher telling you didn't do your homework.
Yeah, man. Right there, I mean, I usually in every league with the super speedways, I'm up there front and I get hooked or something like that. So right there, it was a restart before that when I started on the outside and jumped to the bottom, and I mean they had a run on me and I learned from that. So when Mark took the outside, I just wanted to time it right, and it's about getting the best pusher. And I feel like Tommy and Chad was the best pushers tonight. If it wasn't for me and Mark, and I felt comfortable with him right there, so I didn't want to, make a move to the outside and try to do a lot of blocking and risk, not getting a good finish. So I just was like telling myself, Chad, he's one of the best ones out here, man. So I believe he'll be able to get me there. And he sure did, man. So I couldn't have done it without him, and the whole bottom lane really with Bobby and Tyler Dalton, man. Just everybody was overheating right there. I know they was, man. I was trying to give them some air, but I know it probably didn't help. So I appreciate all those guys helping me, man, because that's pretty much what you need in these super speedways. Because I lost a lot I lost a lot of times without having no friends out there. So.
Well, you made some friends. You helped some people have great finishes. I look at, just kind of, some late charging at the moment there. I thought that third lane was going to have some massive momentum, but I watched what happened getting into turn 3 and 4, and we're watching it now on the back straightaway. 24, 38, 9, 19 has the 28. They leave a little separation. You have bumper to bumper to bumper. Shoving you down that inside lane. When you saw coming out of turn 4, just clear skies ahead of you, were you hoping that it was just going to stay straight?
Um, right there, cause Mark, my good friend, he's my teammate on Monday, so I didn't want to slide up and hit him, and I knew he was probably trying to side draft me, so I was trying to just run a good line to where Chad can stay connected to me and we don't get offset. And when we came out of four, I was just looking at the momentum, like what line was coming, and I wasn't worried about the third. The third is not gonna work unless you're really like probably 4 or 5 laps pushing, and the middle and the bottom overheating, and probably one or two people might get clear on the third. I was just worried about Mark and Tommy because I know how good they were, and once I seen coming to the Trovo that I had the momentum, I was just all smiles, man. Chad, man, Chad, Bobby, and Tyler, man. I mean, they was pushing to get every position they could, and they helped me get the win. So I appreciate them.
Let's see, 3/100ths of a second separate you and Mark. That's about half a truck length.
That's
About
Daytona for you.
that's half a truck. I'm almost exactly. His front splitter's right by your back tire. So, yeah, I mean, what a finish there at the end of that one. You came around to slide across the grass. You almost caught air and flipped.
Oh yeah, man, that's my little celebration. Every car, I just take it to the grass, do a couple cyclones. But yeah, I seen it almost flip, but I don't care. The race over with. We're not gonna use this truck until Talladega anyway. I mean, we might just get a new one anyway. So, this team has fast trucks and stuff. So we're just gonna try to keep the momentum going for the rest of the season. Good start.
It's a great start. Go to Hot Atlanta next week. We're not doing any more super speedways for until I think week 8, week 9. So
The new Atlanta or the old Atlanta?
You're going to Hot Atlanta. I call that old Atlanta. That's
Oh
Hot
yeah,
Atlanta.
that's what we
So
like.
I don't. I'm not a fan of the super speedway, but I tell you what, Atlanta is actually turning into the old Atlanta as it is.
Mhm.
MD, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Watch this, folks. Yeah, I mean, dang near, you're in the air still. Sideways, tires are not spinning. Now they're spinning. That's some good stuff. Steven, congratulations, man. Week 1, SIM500 Truck Series winner here at Daytona. Way to celebrate, man. Congratulations once again, brother. Give you shout outs. This was a blast to watch.
Man, appreciate Signature Sport, man. Y'all, you do an awesome job, man. All the broadcasts you do, you stay at it. Work ethic is crazy. Shout out to the fans, the viewers out there for tuning in. Um, Joey, all the sponsors it take to run this league, man. He do a hell of a job. Appreciate Mark, Chad, the ones pushing me. The whole field, man. We did a pretty good job with a couple cautions tonight. Thank my mom, my dad, my girl, all my supporters, and most of all, man, Jesus Christ, man, to wake us up and let us tear some stuff up every night, and that'll be it.
I love it, man. Love the Pain Scheme too. Wendell Scott Foundation, folks, an excellent organization. Brother, we appreciate you. Go and enjoy this one.
Thank you.
And Stephen Miles, your victor here tonight, as we'll pull up the most energetic person in all of iRacing. I call him a friend. I call him a racer. And I tell you what, Mark Jorgensen Jr. knocking it down tonight, trying to hold on to the that middle lane. Had a great run. Had a great focus there. Had some great help all night long. You and Tommy Ryan doing some great work. You and Steven back and forth, and then some late charges there at the end. 3 wide racing throughout the race. Took it 3 wide early. Found yourself in that front row, and it looked like that's where you're going to stay all night.
Man, it was. I love the plate racing. Uh, I think everybody on iRacing loves Talladega, Daytona, Atlanta, but there's quite a bit out there that really shine at this type of stuff. And I used to race a super speedway league years ago, and a lot of guys would get in there and say, "Oh man, it's just there ain't no skill involved, whatever." No, I beg to differ, man, because you're watching your mirror, you're seeing what runs are coming, you're trying to work that side draft, you're trying to make sure that you're leaving everybody some room, and it's a art to it. And to start in the top 5. And damn, man, I don't know if I even fell outside of the top 6 maybe all night long, but I think I might have went to about 8th or 9th at the early goings, but man, I just know what I'm doing here, man. And I hope, with running with these guys for my little short stint, it shows these guys that I know what I'm doing. And, you can trust me. I ain't gonna make no egregious move or anything like that. And, we're gonna get to the front and we're gonna be able to battle it out. And man, probably about the halfway point, I kind of had my mindset, my mentality built up as far as who am I going to be battling for the win.
Mhm.
Chad Coleman was up there all night. Myself, Stephen Miles, Tommy Ryan. I mean, us four was up there all night long. The third lane was working, man. I mean, I was super shocked when Wesley shoved Tommy Ryan in that third lane all the way to the lead, and Tommy was able to swing it to the bottom, to the middle, control the lanes and keep his truck up front. But what an amazing race. We're gonna have cautions, right?
Oh yeah.
It's super speedway racing. It's racing in general online. So wrecks are gonna happen, and you got to survive, right? These plate races. But man, I'm telling you, man, if you link up with the right people, you know, I got a lot of trust in all these guys, and I really feel like I'm starting to learn these guys, and I can trust that. I mean, lap after lap after lap, I was putting it on Steven's door going through the corners. Any wrong move, whether the guy in behind Steven pushing or whatever, if he slides up an inch, I'm going to turn myself and cause the big one. But these guys, man, I just trust them, and when you got that kind of trust, it just makes the racing so much more fun and enjoyable, and you can race hard. I mean, there were some moves being made to position yourself to get in line with the more dominant pushers that are in this league, and I just needed. I'm I don't know, man. I really wish it went the other direction where I could have won. It would have been nice to start the season off with a bang, with a win and whatnot. But I ain't gonna lie, man. I was watching that mirror in 3 and 4 because I really thought Tommy was going to jump out, go 3 wide, come into the checker, but he
Yeah,
stuck with me. And
he just didn't have enough room there for a little bit. But where he needed to make the move, there was no room for him to make the move until you guys were pushed out of the corner. Once you got on the straightaway, there's not, especially at Daytona. If this was Talladega, maybe a different story. More drivers can go with him to go to the outside lane or through the trial area and get a run to the straightaway. Because of where the start finish line is here, there was no shot. He had to commit out of the corner because out of turn 4, when he was in turn 4, he was clear enough, but
would have been tight.
it would have been. He could have turned
Yeah.
himself, and then that would have, at a certain point, you gotta ride, and
Well,
Tommy
like I
did a great
said,
job. There's great racing,
oh
three wide throughout
yeah,
this race early in
yep,
the going.
yep.
Budgie sent me a message and said these guys are good.
I mean, I'll agree with that, right? Yes, there's got to be a little bit of luck involved, but I'm telling you, man, we ran. I mean, we did a big portion, middle part of the race. I mean, I really thought we was going to have some green flag pit stops, and
You were
usually when you
close.
have those, oh, we was real close. We was within about a couple laps of that happening. But like I said, man, these guys, man, in this league, when they're on it, right? They can race smart. Use their heads. They can understand what's going on, right? Depending on where you're at in the line, you really can't make those big moves and whatnot because there's nowhere to go. So, for the most part, I think we ran, pretty smart. Like I said, I was ahead of all the junk and whatnot, so I really don't know what took place on it. I'll figure all that out when I watch the broadcast back here in a little bit. But man, I'm telling you, like I said, everybody in this league is good in their own right when it comes to these plate races. But I'm telling you, man, you know, hell of a job to Chad Coleman shoving that son of a gun Stephen Miles to the win. Hell of a job to Tommy Ryan keeping, just giving me a chance, right? And that's all you can ever ask for is just a chance to be able to win at these things. But those two guys right there pushed like all hell them last handful of laps, and how they kept their motor together all that time. And I was talking to Chad a little bit, and he was telling me kind of what his temperatures got up to coming to the stripe, and I was like, man, he was close to blowing up, I think.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
that's what I needed in order for me to beat Steven. But But I'm telling you, man, it was awesome to race with those guys up front all night. And I think the guy that won deserved it, right? Nobody just kind of lucked into it, whatever. Big wreck and guys missed it, drove off to victory. I mean, this was a race that everybody was battling. We was on each other's doors, shoving, and man, it was very fun at the front. It was a blast. I had so much fun. I'll tell you what, I wish we was racing back at Daytona or Talladega, next Wednesday. But no, I'll be looking forward to the rest of the season. I love that we go to all the tracks in this league and whatnot. And it's fun. And like I said, man, all these guys in here are good. Some might be better at road racing, some might be better at plate racing or the intermediate track, short tracks or whatever. And I mean, I'm just chomping at the bit. I look forward to every race with SIM500. And I was kind of giving Joey a little bit of crap earlier saying, man, I wish we raced SIM500 every night of the week. But no, I think the 4 nights, that we're going to be racing, I think it's going to be perfect. Them other 3 nights, I guess I'll just chase the smoking hot wife around the bed, make a few laps or whatnot. But
that's the
Jason,
real
I'm
race.
telling you, man. Oh, I'm telling you, man. I might get gassed or wore out. I might need to start working on my cardio or something. But I'm telling you, Jason, I'm just having such a good time, man. Like I said, I feel like I luck into a lot of stuff, and I'm just having a good time with my sim race. And like I said, man, I lick my chops every time we go to a plate track because I feel like I am one of the best in this league. And it showed tonight, hey, I come up one spot short, but to start the season off with a second place finish, led some laps, whatever. I mean, it don't get no better than that.
It's going to be a blast to see what you do week 2 at Atlanta. Mark, give you shout outs, brother. P2 finished tonight. Congratulations.
Oh, man, I tell you what, old Wesley Donaldson, WBD Diecast for sponsoring our Wednesday night truck series at SIM500. All the admins for what they do, right? I know I sound like a broken record, guys, but man, y'all take y'all's time and put this on for us to have a place to call home, to race, make some online friends, and I'm just having a time of my life, man. I'm glad I'm here with SIM500. Again, Joey, I'm not going nowhere, buddy. I'm here for the long haul. Jason, you at Signature Esports, people, like them, love them, share them, follow them. As far as I'm concerned, you are the best in the business. Again, I cannot wait here in a few minutes to climb up beside my smoking hot wife and snuggle up next to her, give her little kisses, this, that, and the other. Say, hey, look, I know it's the P2, baby, but it'll be all right. We'll try again next week. But just another shout out to all the drivers in the league, right, for making it an enjoyable race for myself. And when you finish well or you finished a race, it was a good night, right? If you ended up on the hook, it's a bad race, but that's all right, man. These seasons are long. Everybody will get their stuff turned around, and they'll start positioning themselves, where they should be within the championship point standings. But again, huge shout out to Chad, Steven, Tommy, all the guys that Nelson worked with me for a long period of time there at the middle part of the race. I mean, tremendous pushers, man. Them guys are just spot on. When you got a pusher, right? That he's got a big responsibility. He's got to be able to keep it square on you, keep that pedal mashed to the floor, and just make sure that he doesn't turn you. He's watching his mirror, seeing where the guys are, where the runs are from behind him. But I mean, I'll tell you what, those guys did a hell of a job pushing. Like I said, I wish I had about 5 more horsepower up underneath that Tommy Ryan 99 Ford F-150 truck. Maybe I could have got the win, but man, my smoking hot wife for letting me do this just about every night of the week. I love her. Can't wait to get beside her here in a little bit to watch it back. But man, I just feel like I'm missing somebody. I know I get long-winded and whatnot, but Jason, I'm just, like I said, each and every race that I do where you're broadcasting, man, I just want to finish top 3 so I can talk to you, man. I can give those long interviews and whatnot. And I'm sure Chad's over there probably like, God damn, Mark, just shut the heck up so I can get up there and give my little 2 cents and go to bed and whatnot. But Chad, hey, you'll have your moment to shine here in just a couple minutes. But other than that, Jason, I'm just excited to be here, man. I cannot wait to get back on track. Whenever that might be, I'm ready.
It's going to be a blast. I'm going to give credit to Bobby Wetzel as well. I know he's in the chat below us, but Bobby is more of the reason for the inside lane doing what it did, because Bobby was able to keep Chad as close as he was. So I think that was the only difference between the two lanes, was that Bobby was just closer to the 38, keeping the 38 up on the 24's bumper.
Well,
And Nelson had just a little bit of separation there and didn't get the run like Bobby did to keep that inside lane working.
Let's toss another guy in that mix too. I'd have to go back, and I could be wrong, but I think Tyler was in behind Bobby, shoving him. I think there was a huge surge on that. And hey, them four guys right there, right? Stephen Miles, Chad Coleman, Bobby Wetzel, Tyler Dalton. I mean, them guys know how to hold a line.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have four guys that got it figured out and they're locked up, nobody's sliding an inch. I mean, you're going to create some speed.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, those guys did amazing. Hey, I finished 33 thousandths or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was close, but hey, I don't know where we're going next week, but I'll be
Hot
where
Atlanta.
we going?
Hot Atlanta.
Woo, boy, I'll be ready for that track. But
it's old Atlanta. Those who don't see New Atlanta's Echo Park Speedway.
That's right.
We're going to Hot Atlanta. That's that's Legacy Atlanta 2008 version.
We'll be digging over there, but again, huge congrats to Stephen Miles. I mean, it's always nice to see guys get wins when they deserve the win. And I mean, he drove a flawless race, good race. He didn't make no stupid move or anything like that. And like I said, man, if it could have gone several different ways, right? Myself, Steven, Chad, Tommy, Eric, and Brian Macklin. I mean, they was surging in that third lane coming to the stripe too. So I mean, I feel like it could have been any one of us, and I would have felt like they deserved it. So
Yep.
Hey, we just fell a little bit short, and it's part of it. Hey, Jason, you know this as well as I do. You can't win them all, right?
You just gotta go on and win the next one. Mark, much love, brother. I'm gonna get to Chad. Congratulations on a P2 finish. I look forward to hearing from you again.
Jason, I appreciate it. Love you, man. Take care. We'll talk to you next time.
You too, brother. That is the 88 most energy in all of iRacing. Mark Jorgensen Jr. coming home P2. Last but not least, Chad Coleman coming home P3. I told you before the race, Chad, that I was not going to be rooting for anybody. And look, it worked. Nice drive.
Yeah, that was an interesting race. I went from early in the race. I about hooked Tommy, got to the outside of him, and it slowed him down more than I thought. I was just trying to get some air on the nose. The trucks got really hot really quick. Then I went into turn one and hit the wall. So, yeah, we tried to give it away, and then we about got caught in a wreck when a guy from the middle didn't do a great job of holding his line, and then the guys on the outside got caught up in it. And I stared Kevin down as he slid down the hill with his truck in pieces.
And
we got by that.
I was going to say that. Walk me through that, because it was in your face.
Yeah, that one was legit, right there in the windshield. I seen it. I went to move up to try to get back up there on the top with I think it was Fuller and Macklin, and then that happened right in front of me, and the only thing I could do was just glance up in the mirror and then hit the brakes, and then just keep watching my mirror, hoping nobody come in there and ran through me. Luckily, everybody kind of got it slowed down and went to the bottom, and I was able to slow down and roll it down the hill right there, and then watch Kevin just kind of slide off the banking.
It becomes a breath of fresh air, right? We've all been in those butt puckering moments, is what I like to call them. It's a hold on to your butt situation. And you had a lot of people out there saying, 38 for the win. Doyle was out there. He had your number called tonight. And I was like, you at one point you restarted the outside and you were in prime position, right? Right behind Jorgensen to be able to make a move for a win. Caution comes out, changes the ebb and flow, and then you're committed to the back bumper. To attribute getting a P3 finish here, it's keeping the line, keeping yourself committed to whatever's happening in front of you. But boy, did you have commitment behind you.
Yeah, it really was, and the way everything kind of shook out right there at the end, everybody down there in our team channel was. Like a couple got damaged, and then of course Kevin was out of the race. So me and Tommy was up there, and then we ended up being the two trucks that kept swapping second or third to fourth. Every time there was a caution, we'd be in a different line, and so never had a real good chance to get lined up. And I had Bobby behind me, and we had talked. And I think Bobby might have helped me a little bit right there if we'd have got closer and had a chance to go and make that move to the outside or something right there to get around Mark. But at the time that when the cautions was coming out right there, I mean there was really no use in moving. You wasn't gonna go anywhere. You was just gonna stack your line and stack everybody behind you. So then, like I said, like you were saying, the cautions kept coming out, and then right there at the end, I just was on the bottom right there for the last one, and I was behind Miles, and there was nowhere to go. I mean, the outside line's doing what they're supposed to do. They run you tight to try to keep you from pulling out on them coming off the corner, and so the only thing I knew to do right there is just push Steven, push him as hard as I could, and get us both stretched out. And man, I don't know what temp these things blow up at, but when I crossed the start-finish line, I was over 300 on both gauges. So they'll do at least that for a little while.
Yeah, 300 for a lap is bad. That's for darn sure. That's crazy. Yeah, I've seen it blow up between 280 and 320. So, I guess it just depends. The Ford Power was on tonight, and you made sure of it, man. There was the big 3 wide push a little earlier on the white flag lap. Were you surprised to see that big of a run break up that quickly?
No, because we tried it earlier in the race. I think it was I want to say it was me and Tommy and Wesley, and there's another truck or two that was up there behind us somewhere. But the top could get that run and get there, but the top couldn't finish the run. Like the middle and the bottom the pushes would have to get way hot. And you'd have to get there at the perfect opportunity to be able to get that top line down in front of anybody. You might could have squirted the leader out right there. I think they actually did with Tommy right there. But, man, you're not getting anybody else clear. The top just – I don't know if this the side draft coming off the wall or what it is, slowing the very outside line down, but the top hasn't seemed to work. I feel like it should in probably the last build or two.
I especially with the tire model and the way the arrows changed especially on the truck and the next gen, because that was one of the biggest workovers that we've seen, because they've gotten to the point now where the pushes have become more stable. Seems like the bumpers are connecting. Now netcode has gotten way worse. We saw that today in today's race. But I will say that everything that I saw on this in this race, it seemed like everybody was able to connect better.
Yeah, you could get away with a little more of the I would say slam drafting. The drafting here wasn't very technical because you could just pretty much lay on somebody and push them.
Right.
I would prefer it the other way. I know it causes more trouble the other way, but if they would have it so you could loosen somebody up when you hit them in the corner or something like that, and then I would prefer that, just because it adds a level of difficulty to it. Like now when it's like this, you can just pretty much just lay on somebody as long as you don't get to their quarter panel,
right,
or to the corner of their bumper, and
so kind of push like the old Gen 6 car. It
takes some of the technicality. It takes some of the technicality out of it. It just makes it kind of easier, I'd say, in layman's terms.
Well, it is the C truck, so we'll let that happen. But hey, we're going to go to Atlanta next week. We're going to hot Atlanta. No more super speedways until I think week 8. What's your plans for the old mile and a half?
Oh, if it's the old Atlanta, that'll be fun. If it's the new Atlanta, it'll be different than this, but a lot of the same, just condensed.
Schedule says
it's old Atlanta, that'll be fun.
Yeah, schedule says 2008 Atlanta, so we're going to hot Atlanta, not that Echo Park Speedway.
Kind of look. Yeah, that's what we should do. Just call the new Atlanta Echo Park and call the unrestricted Atlanta Motor Speedway. That'll work just fine with me.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean it depends on the weather, man. If the track's hot and slick, so much fun. If the track's real cold like it was tonight, it just kind of everything's gripped up. So hopefully we'll be a little warmer, and the track will be a little warmer, and we'll have to drive these things.
I like it. Chad, it's always a pleasure to get a chance to talk to you, and glad to see it on, especially at a super speedway, because sometimes you end up on the other side of this. The reason why I said I wasn't rooting for anybody tonight. And Joey gets the move of the race because he finished 15th and was upside down and on his side at one point. But you got the push of the race, and it was amazing to watch. Congratulations, P3 finish, brother. Give you shout outs.
Yeah, thanks, man. Just think everybody that has anything to do with the league. I think Wesley's sponsoring this series again, so shout out to him. And gotta thank Trey Edson for updating my truck. This truck has been a while since I ran it, and then all the different things changed in iRacing with some of the different things you could do, making stuff shiny and everything. So Trey fixed that up, got it looking good again. So we'll roll with that. Thank you for doing broadcasting and everything. We'll go back and give it a look, see what we done. Go watch Joey flip. Feel like that'll be a deja vu moment.
Yeah,
and
it was netcode. It was netcode again, by the way.
Hey, I feel like Joey's cars and trucks are built stronger because it knows it's going to wreck before the rest of it.
Oh man, and it's always netcode. I'm telling you, the man got. I've got that one popular. It's probably one of my most popular iRacing TikToks where it's 17 acres of netcode and Joey gets flipped somehow.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. The one at Darlington.
Yeah. And then this one, it's going to become another TikTok because he literally got hooked, left rear hooked, and got barely a tap in the door, and it was like Hocevar when he was in the Truck Series when he rolled over on the side, no hood flaps came up, nothing. He just rolled over on his side and then flipped back around on his tires. It was crazy.
Nice.
So Joey's big. Joey's. I'm gonna have to start giving Joey some revenue because he keeps making content for me.
He is. He's a crash test dummy, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, all in good fun. We love Joey. Chad, much love, man. Congratulations. Once again, we'll see you next week at Atlanta. Go enjoy it, brother.
Yeah, thanks, man.
As Chad Coleman coming home, P3 tonight. As we look ahead, I'll put him back down there with Mark, and they can have a little chat and enjoying it. Yeah, this was fun, folks. I enjoyed this race. It was a ton of fun. Joey did some bashful things. Hard Charger tonight. Eric Arnold at 26 spots, finished 7th tonight. And can't thank this league enough. Thank you to the drivers for hey, they were 4 wide there at the end of this race. How crazy was that? Nice job by the drivers. But Stephen Miles, the Halton, Louisiana driver, comes home in victory lane week 1 tonight. They will be back here in a week. And they're going to have some fun with it. We appreciate you all very much for being here. Be good, be safe, be accountable. That's the most important factor of life. Thank you to WBD Diecast. Check out the Facebook link, of course. Go give them a holla if you want your iRacing paint scheme customly done on a NASCAR diecast, whether it's a truck, Xfinity, Cup car, maybe you get a Gen 6 model that you want done. You could do that as well. ARCA cars, you just name it. He probably does other cars too. Maybe you have a road car, maybe a GT3. You could find one of those diecasts. I'm pretty sure he could probably get it done for you. So yeah, get a hold of them. Thank you to SIM500. We'll see them next week. Thank you to everybody for being out there and putting on a great show and being here with me. Thank you to all the new followers. Thank you to everybody. What a race from RB. Much love to Budgie. Great run from Miles from Mr. Van Ness. Thank you to all the new subscribers on our YouTube platform as well. Thank you to everybody tuning in. I appreciate you. We'll be back tomorrow night with some dirt racing. After that, but prior to that, we're going to be doing some gaming. So we'll see you soon. Be good, be safe. Once again, we'll see you in the next one. Peace.